Good morning, everybody. We live in amazing times where 10 years ago it was impossible even to think that you could get anything you would desire, almost anything, at your doorstep within one click. However, with any good thing comes consequences. Well, the downside of this ease and convenience on online shopping is that it comes with a cost of environment, our health, and of course our pocket. It's estimated that by 2050 there is going to be more plastic in the oceans than fish. And when these animals in the ocean, which ingest the microplastics, end up being on our plates, they will affect our health. We could go on and on talking about the problems of single-use plastics and microplastics in general. But we are here to talk about the solutions. The title of our today's discussion is Sustainable Horizons, Navigating Online Ordering Trends and Environmental Challenges in the UAE. Can we play the video?
Oh well, it's just one disposable container, said 8 billion people. We shouldn't be forced to pollute the environment every time we eat, drink, or order online. We should be given a choice, a plastic-free choice.
At EcoCentric, we are solving the problem of pollutants created by online ordering of food, groceries, and other merchandise. We offer a healthy and responsible alternative to your online shopping with plastic-free containers, reusable packaging, and emission-free delivery.
Our containers are reusable, durable, sturdy, and they look great, giving you that dine-in experience. Placing an order is simple, like any other ordering platforms. Choose from one of the categories, place an order, and pay for the taste, not the waste. Our vendors will pack your order in our reusable containers, and we will deliver it to you plastic and emission-free. The restaurants will clean and sanitize the containers like any other plate or glass and get them ready for the next use. You can either return the container on the spot, at your next order, or schedule the pickup at your convenience.
We are going to put an end to online ordering disposables.
We can all benefit from making the right choice.
Let's work together towards a better future.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank WGEO for hosting us and making this discussion panel possible. My name is Sara, and I'm the co-founder of EcoCentric, an online platform for food delivery without the plastic waste. And I would like to introduce Farid Dallal, who is the CEO of Motoboy, and he's our logistical partner. Let's jump right into the discussion. I would first like to introduce EcoCentric, what we do, and then we're going to jump into discussion about Motoboy, and Farid is going to elaborate more how he's facing the challenges and how he's solving the problem associated with food delivery and more. Online food delivery market in the UAE is estimated around $1.9 billion at the end of this year and is expected to double by 2027. And as we have seen the research, there are food delivery platforms in the UAE who deliver 100,000 orders every day. So we can think about the impact that is generated by this industry. EcoCentric was born during the pandemic, when we were heavily relying on single-use plastics by ordering food, groceries, and other merchandise. But what's wrong with single-use materials? Aren't they all recycled? Well, we're going to jump into the problems. The core problem is that less than 10% of single-use materials is recycled due to the complexity and intensity of recycling. The other problem of single-use materials is that the plasticized containers, they leach microplastics into your food when exposed to heat. And of course, that leads to different serious diseases. Recent studies have said and shown that obesity is associated with microplastics. Other studies have shown that there is microplastic present in the unborn baby's placenta. So this is a really serious problem that we all should be aware of. And of course, the standard delivery vehicles emit CO2 emissions, which we are all aware of, that they pollute not only the environment, but also they create noise pollution. So we shouldn't really be forced to pollute the environment every time we eat, drink, or shop online. We should be given a choice, a plastic-free choice. EcoCentric is introducing a circular economy into online food ordering with reusable packaging systems and emission-free delivery. That's why Farid is with us. He's fulfilling the last mile of our deliveries with his electrical motor vehicles. EcoCentric is a social entity, and we hold a social enterprise certification by MAN institution, the authority of social contributions in Abu Dhabi, which we're very proud and humbled to have. And also I would like to announce our soft launch of our application, which is now ready to be downloaded on app stores and iOS stores. And we're going to be running our first pilot in the sustainability city. Now I would like to introduce Farid. Please, Farid, tell us more about Motoboy. The floor is yours.
Yes, good afternoon to everyone. First of all, thanks for WGEO for the invitation and for EcoCentric for this opportunity in being here representing Motoboy. Motoboy, the name, came initially from South America, originally from Brazil. My parents are Lebanese, that's the reason I have this new name. And in Brazil we have, it's like Dubai. São Paulo is like Dubai. It's a big city where we have too many deliveries, and everybody's daily. It's a business and traffic and everything. So it came an attitude that we should make some different here. As per His Highness, that 2023 is the year of the sustainability. So it came the idea because Motoboy started in December, exactly 1 year, December 21, 2 years, sorry, December 21, I decided to start this company, especially that was going to be B2C. So the idea is if you are in your home or you forget any, let's say, laptop or anything and you are in a meeting, so you can call a Motoboy, you go to our application, you can order, and our Motoboy will come and support, pick up and deliver to you instead of getting your car, emitting more pollution, going to collect. So when we started the idea of going sustainable in using electric cars and bikes, especially bikes, because cars we are starting still. So it started the B2B to be our major clients. So we started to change the focus. I think we need to, for B2C, we still need to arrange ourselves. But B2B, it was the major concentration of big companies, and especially when we met EcoCentric also, with the idea of making sustainables, packing and everything. So we came with our partnership in order to make the sustainable deliveries to everyone, especially that we are starting from the packing until the customer, until the end. We are thinking about the future of our generation and the future of our business and everything. So now we are almost 2 years in Dubai, and we are expanding in Abu Dhabi now. We have approximately 100 bikes on the road, electric. We are working in Palm Jumeirah, we have in Sustainable City, we have in all Dubai location zones. And we are now ready to start also the expansion in Abu Dhabi. And we have a plan to go up to 1,000 bikes. Especially we have now announced already the partnership with our partners Wise Mobility, that also came to join us and to support and give us more force in using the energy, which is they have the sustainable swapping station and the battery. So they will cover to us this part that we need, That's, I think, more part about Motoboy. And parallel to that, of course, the challenge that you say, maybe what challenge we're facing is, it's very hard now to convince especially some clients and some even riders to go to drive a bike instead of using a fuel to an electric bike, because usually everyone is used about where is the petrol station and everything. With our partnership with Wise, we are doing also now the swapping station, where we are going to kill this subject of going to the petrol station. So it's going to be a clean delivery, 100%. Once we collect the orders from your clients, from EcoCentric, right away we go to deliver. If the rider need to do any let's say, swapping on his road, he will open his software. I think we can explain a little more in the future. And then he can go to the nearest swapping station and collect the bikes. That's it.
Thank you so much for the input. I have a few questions I would like to ask you. I'm sure the audience would also be interested to know this. So, ensuring optimal range is crucial for efficient deliveries, correct? And we all know that electricity or the batteries of motorbikes have a specific number of kilometers they can cover. So how does Motoboy address these challenges of optimizing the range? And what are you considering when it comes to the routes and also the weather conditions of the UAE? Because it's known that the batteries last longer when the environment and the temperature of the surrounding is lower. Can you elaborate more on that, please?
Yes, with our experience that we have since, as I told you, almost 2 years. So we have done trials in the summer, which is in the month of July. It was already, it was the temperature above almost 50. So we have done trials with many clients, and one of the clients were you also. And we didn't face any problem with that, because our partnership and the software and the type of the battery swapping that we're using with our partners WISE, it's already studied and made for GCC standards. So this is the most important thing. And we are using an adequate software in order to make sure that we can make the safe and the best option for the rider and for the bike and to everyone. Where by the software it shows all the information that we need, especially about the temperature. And let's consider if the rider is driving and there is a high temperature, is there any issue with the battery, the system that we have with our partner WISE is that slowly by a sensor it will stop and give some more kilometers so that rider can stop safe. This is the most important thing, as we said, and will come like an alarm to our office, to our team, in order to make sure that this rider needed support. But since 1 year that we are driving, or almost 2 years we are driving, there is no any problem faced, especially because we are following all the standards. So since we are dealing with professional team, I think there's no problem about that. Alhamdulillah. So this is the most important thing, because for us, the welfare and the safe of our riders is our priority also. In the end, we have family, they have family, and us, all of everyone. So we think about it, and especially in this type of GCC countries, you know.
Actually, that leads me to my next question. What is the riders' feedback? Because now these riders who are used to the fuel-powered motorbikes, what do they say about the change? Is the adaptation easy and smooth? Do they prefer one to the other? Can you please elaborate more?
You know that in the initial stage, you know, to do any changes, it's not easy. So when we introduce the electric bikes to the riders, most of it's totally different in the size of the bike, because nowadays the fuel bikes, they are huge, and they use that. The riders nowadays, they're paying the fuel from their pocket. So when we introduce in Motoboy the electric bikes, we try to explain to the riders, first of all, we are doing the training for the safety to make sure about how to use the bike, where to change the batteries, everything. Second, all the riders that are using electric bike, they are paying zero fuel. There is no fuel of all, but there is no deduction of this amount of a fuel that is going to be. So in Motoboy, we change the situation where we are making sure that we have a part of their enumeration and salaries since they are abroad. Because it's a new challenge. Nowadays, you cannot find the facilities, the infrastructure is not ready 100%. Parallel with RTA and with Dubai municipality, we are working on it for sure. And of course, the development is getting day by day much better. So what we are doing is, for the meantime, all the riders, they're exchanging for zero dirhams, let's consider for them, and we are doing all this part. In the initial, it was hard, because the rider, in order to stop in a place just to swap. But after, let's say 1 week after the training, all of them, they want to start to use the electric bike, especially that, you know, it's a safe, and they're not feeling when they're driving on the road, they're not feeling the hot of the motor on their near to the knees, you know. So it's it's much challenge and more comfortable. So when they're driving, most of them, they come to us, say, sir, it's much better to us to drive electric bike, and they feel more comfortable, to be very realistic, you know. Since we have already a team of swapping, so there is no problem of that.
Excellent. That's really good news also for the riders who, of course, we trust with our deliveries. So it's important to keep them happy. Okay, also I would like to ask you, you mentioned that you use data analytics to optimize logistics. Can you elaborate or tell us more how Wise utilizes data to make the deliveries more efficient and more sustainable?
So in the software that we have with our partner Wise, it has from A to Z, where it's covering, let's consider it's a smart software. So if in case it can turn off, if let's consider the rider, let's say, lost a key or anything for any reason, it can show all the data by the software that he has in the application. When he registered, we have all these details and everything. We have his contact number. So it can be used 100% by the mobile phone without any key. Now, how we can show that it can be more economic and to save the environment, we have a calculation of the CO2, you know, so the footprint that's going to be mentioned every time. Let's consider we have your client, we have to go and collect. So for each pickup and delivery, in the end of the month or end of the week, it will show to him how much saving he's doing and it's helping the environment to keep this CO2, you know. And the next step is that it's showing also the battery life, where it shows that most probably when he's running off batteries, it shows his nearest station where he can stop, avoiding him to delay or to stop any delivery on the road. So we are not facing any problem with that. This is the software, and we are, of course, we are now just finalize the last step, and once we are going to do the trials, you'll see this, the one of the steps that we have.
Thank you so much, Farid. So now I think it's time perhaps to engage our huge audience that we have over here. We'd like to open the discussion. If you have any questions about Motoboy or even EcoCentric, so perhaps we can elaborate more. Can we have a mic for the lady here? Oh, it's just this one mic we have?
Thanks a lot for your initiatives. Truly amazing for someone. I've been working quite a lot in my respective country to try to reduce the single-use plastic. In fact, I'm part of a local organization that's trying to do that. But providing alternatives are proving to be significantly a little bit harder. And I wanted to ask about the price of it all, because when we're thinking about plastics, main thing that makes users go to it is that it's light, it's for people, it's super cheap, and it's kind of durable depending on obviously the PET type. So I wanted to ask about whether, like, is there a significant price change when it comes to your products, and how the restaurants that you're dealing with, for instance, or the different chains that you're dealing with are resistant or acceptance to this kind of change? And maybe my second question would be, is there a demand for sustainable products in the UAE? Yeah, that's mainly it.
Thank you so much for your questions. I'm happy to answer. So the first question was about the price. Perhaps I need to elaborate a bit more about our business model for you to understand how it works. So EcoCentric is a marketplace similar to Talabat or Deliveroo. We deal with restaurants who list on our platform, and the price for the end user, for a customer, is exactly the same, if not less, because we have different campaigns that basically claim that you pay only for the taste, not the waste. So even if it's 0.5% cheaper, it reflects the money you saved on the packaging, because our packaging systems are reusable. Now for the vendor, what we do, we provide these reusable packaging systems free of charge. So EcoCentric bears the cost of producing these reusable containers, which are, by the way, plastic free, and they can last up to 1,000 washes. So this is a product that, I don't want to say a lease, but it basically works on a leasing basis free of charge. So the restaurant who uses our reusable containers, we charge them commission, just like other aggregator, if they use our reusable containers. Restaurants are saving money, of course, because they don't need to use the single-use materials anymore. They don't need to have as many. And as we grow, it is going to significantly reflect in their costs. And as I said, the customer doesn't really see any difference when it comes to cost, if not having being less costly using EcoCentric platform. Your second question was regarding the demand. So we all know 2030, right now we are in the year of the sustainability, the vision of Abu Dhabi 2030, it's clear to everybody, we're moving towards there. The concept of sustainable aggregator is not new worldwide. There are companies in the US and lots of companies in Europe, especially Netherlands and Germany, who are utilizing and using the same concept. However, we studied how they operate and looked for gaps, how we can improve while introducing it for the first time in the UAE. The companies such as Deliver Zero or Swapbox, these are in the West, they use plastic containers for reuse. So with our plastic-free containers, which by the way are made from natural fibers of rice husk, they don't contain any microplastics, hence are healthier for utilizing. They come at a cost for us. However, we believe that delivering a fully sustainable and healthy option to our customers is something that is more important than saving costs initially on the product. And as I said, they can last up to 1,000 washes. So with our calculations, it's over 20 years of use. So the impact is more important at the moment than the cost of single-use container. And the response of the restaurants, well, I would say the main challenge is the awareness, because the restaurants which are, for example, utilizing paper straws, I know it might be not the best argument that using paper straw is better than plastic straw because it still ends up in the trash, but it shows us that they're already doing something towards the sustainability. They're trying. So these are the restaurants who like the idea and they want to jump on the board and try. We already have more than 25 restaurants who are ready to start our pilot. I would actually like to mention some names and thank them for trusting in us and being part of our movement. We have onboarded L'Antica Pizzeria di Michele with 2 branches, one in JBR, one in Dubai Hills. We have partnered up with restaurants in the sustainability city, including Sushi Me, Khubz and Zad, Bagels and More, Shawarma Me, Spill the Beans. These are the restaurants who understood right away what we do and why we do it. We have also different restaurants from different cuisines, including Nations Group, which have Brazilian cuisine. I think Farid might relate there. Also Sushi Nations, Krusties. We're also dealing with different meal plan providers because they are the ones who deliver their food in the reusable pouch. However, the containers are still single use, so why not add to that with using our reusable containers? And it works the same way. I mean, we bring you customers who are eco-conscious, who care about their health, they know the problem of microplastics, hence they're ready to go that step further and be more sustainable by utilizing our platform for their orders. Also, we have a few restaurants who are based in Abu Dhabi, like Amor Italia, who are very keen to join our platform the moment we launch there. So I would also like to thank them for the trust, and we are looking forward for the collaboration as soon as we launch in Abu Dhabi, because this is definitely the next step once we complete our pilot in Dubai. Did I answer your questions? Any more questions? So for us, we do have the option, which is by default ticked off, no cutlery. Uh, we do have an option, yes, no cutlery. It's by default. However, if someone needs it, we will have to have the option for them, because some people order from the office, right? Not only from home. So until we are able to supply the cutleries as well, because this is definitely in our pipeline to deliver reusable cutleries. Until then, we have to give them an option to be able to have the cutleries delivered. But as you say, definitely, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, definitely. We have thought about this, and we don't want to turn off the customer just because of his circumstances that he's not able to, have his own cutleries. So initially, they will be able to have the cutleries delivered. However, in the future, we will be delivering the cutleries by default reusable. And of course, these reusables, I'm not sure if I mentioned, are returnable as well. So the customer doesn't get billed for these reusable containers. However, they have a limited period of time where they should be returning them. And if they decide to keep them, only then we will charge them a nominal fee that will allow us to bring back these containers into the loop of the circular economy. So thank you for your questions. Sorry? Yeah, of course. I mean, first of all, if we notify and keep on telling them that please return them, otherwise we'll have to charge you to get a new container back. So I think that's enough of a incentive for someone to be motivated to return them. So we have 3 different ways the customer can return them. The one that we encourage is at your next order, for obvious reasons. It's our retention strategy. However, you can do it on the spot. So if you get your pizza in our beautiful round pizza container, you can return it on the spot. The rider will wait up to 5 minutes. You can just place it on your own plate if you wish so. Alternatively, you can schedule a pickup. So when the rider is in the area and they have enough, collection points, they can pick up your reusables and return them back for washing, sanitizing, and reuse. Thank you for your question.
So just to add some points here, nowadays we see too many advertisements coming from some other companies that they're using some sustainable package, let's say boxes, especially that we have the riders carrying it. But when they open the bag, it's like a normal package of, so in the end they are just the covering, the usable that they're going sustainable. Let's be very realistic. I think with our partnership, along with WISE, and also we are going to I think we are approaching now Dubai Municipality and RTA, Dubai Health Authority also. I think it will show to us that I think this idea is magnific and very positive for us to work here, together. That's the reality. And one more question is, what are the challenges that EcoCentric faced and related in the economy of UAE? I just want to ask you this question also, if it's possible you to reply to us.
So I would say we are mainly dealing with restaurants and vendors because initially when we started, we wanted to cover different categories, not just food delivery. We also want to deliver sustainable products, sustainable groceries. However, we started onboarding restaurants, and we wanted to learn how difficult or how easy it is to convince them to join on our platform. So the main challenge we face is the awareness, because for them, a sustainable aggregator with reusable containers is something absolutely new. However, when we go and explain that this system has already been implemented in the West, and we are just, improving on it by partnering up with electrical motorbike provider like Motoboy, and having our containers completely plastic-free, they kind of start understanding why we're doing that and start being interested to be part of our movement. Anything else would you like to ask me?
I don't know, the clients, I think you already mentioned with whom the clients that you're working, and as you said, when we have some clients in Abu Dhabi, after we finalize the trial in Dubai, we are starting in January 2024 in Abu Dhabi also, so I think we can start together, for sure.
Thank you so much, Farid, for all the insights. Thank you for the audience, for your participation and your presence. It means a lot. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the organizer for enabling this space and letting us, giving us this opportunity. Thank you.